Right now, Christian Menifee leading the race for Congressional District 18. We understand Amanda Edwards just spoke, so let's send it over to Tracy Bragg, who is live at that watch party. Tracy?
Yeah, I'm here at late August, and it's a little loud here. You can see all of these folks behind me. Why? Well, that is because Amanda Edwards just spoke a few minutes ago. I'll tell you, this place is pretty packed at this point. We spoke to Edwards earlier today when she visited 14 different polling locations in District 18. She said she wanted to do that is because she wanted to make sure that she was seen and felt in the neighborhood. She wanted people to know that she is the people's candidate, right? And she also said that the district, which has roughly 800,000 residents, has not been represented for about 18 months. She said that is way too long. She said today is well overdue. She said it's time to get some representation for the folks of the district here in District 18. She said when she wins, according to her, she says when she wins, if she wins, she plans to make sure that she fights for education, economic opportunity, as well as health care. Those are the three big items that she says will be top of item for her if she gets the votes that she is hoping to get. Here's what she had to say earlier today.
Well, that has a ring to it. Good evening. My name is Amanda Edwards, and I want to start this evening by saying two very important words, which happen to be thank you. I want to thank first the ladies to my left. We have Allison Leland, who is the wife of Mickey Leland, who was the great congressman that served this 18th Congressional District. Can we give her a round of applause? I want to thank her because she has stood by my side from the very beginning, and her willingness to put herself out there and make sure that this 18th Congressional District would be served by the very best person possible. So thank you for all that you have done in support of my candidacy. And then, of course, Ambassador Karen Patman, I want to thank you as well. Can we give her a round of applause? She has been relentless and tireless in her pursuit to make sure that I become your next Congresswoman. And so she has worked behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, and has always been such a pillar of this community, and I thank you for it. And next, I would like to say thank you to all of my finance team. I've got my finance chairs. I see Derek somewhere in the back, wave. Melanie Gray also here, and then all of my finance committee members. Thank you for making sure we had gas in the tank so that the car could go. And it's important because a lot of the time you see what happens in front of the scene and you don't know what goes in behind the scenes. So I want to say thank you for that. And then again, I want to thank some very special folks, which are all of those that cast their votes in support of my campaign for Congress. I want to say thank you. I want to thank every single one of you who's volunteered to call, to make phone banks. I know Rufy has run our phone bank. And to come up and block walk with us. And we have a lot of our team here who have come and volunteered their time on weekends. I want to say thank you to you. I also want to say thank you to my team because I do not stand here alone. I stand here because I have a wonderful team that helps to support me each and every single day so that we can be prepared and ready to move this needle forward for this community. And so I want to say thank you. And finally, if you have not donated, if you have not block walked, if you have not phone banked, I'm going to thank you for being willing to do that once we can get into this next phase. And so for those of you who have just come out to say congratulations or sent a prayer or sent a well wish, I want to say thank you. It takes a village. And this has been an effort that has been a long time coming. And so I want to thank each and every single one of you for being along this effort with me. Now, I must tell you that this is not my official speech because we actually have not yet received the returns actually from Election Day yet. And so right now we have gotten some very early returns in, and that are your early voting numbers, your vote by mail and early voting numbers, and they're looking good, guys. So we are in position. If these numbers hold, we will be in position to get into this runoff and then in position to win this race so that I can be the next Congresswoman for the 18th Congressional Edwards. The night's still young. And so we will be watching these returns come in, but I could not let a moment go by, any additional moments to go by, without saying thank you to all of our supporters, our donors, our voters, our volunteers, our staff members, everyone who has wished us well. This is a collective effort, and this is an effort that has been this way because we are doing this on a mission for the people. Each and every single time that we talk about this mission or goal, it's never been just to get me elected. It has always been about making sure that we create an 18th congressional district where each and every single person, no matter what their background, no matter where they live, has the opportunity not just to get by day to day, but our goal is to truly have people thrive each and every single day. That means when it comes to education, that means when it comes to healthcare access, that means when it comes to economic opportunity for our community. Those are the meat and potatoes issues, as they say, that are critically important if we're going to have a community where we reach our full potential. And it's not enough to me just for us to fight back against these attacks waged by our president. We must do that and forge a path for our future. That is what leadership is about. And so I am looking forward to the results coming in tonight. I'm optimistic, I'm excited, and again, I'm so grateful and filled with gratitude for each and every single one of you for the work that you have done over the years, because this has been a journey. And of course, you will be hearing more from me later this evening once some additional results come in.
So that's what she had to say earlier. Of course, we're looking to actually hear from her again later as those results continue to roll in. But for now, let's send it over to my colleague, Jason Miles, who is at Christian Menifee's event tonight.
Hey there, Tracy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be hearing from Christian Menifee again. He was pretty confident when he addressed this large crowd here at a lounge on Emancipation Avenue earlier. He said, I am in first place. I will be in the runoff and the primary in 2026. So it appears as if he's looking beyond even the remainder of the late Sylvester Turner's term, looking into the general election race as well. But he's confident he will win the runoff and go from Harris County Attorney to sitting congressperson here representing the 18th District. I got a chance to speak with him one-on-one just a few moments ago. I think we have that sound. So you said you're ready for the next round.
Yep, ready for the next round. We had 16 people in the race. We're the clear front runner in the race. I'm just so excited that we have such a broad, diverse coalition of folks who are supporting the campaign. So I'm looking forward for the next round and running in the primary and doing everything I can to represent the 18th long term.
Does it matter to you who you're going to be running against in the runoff?
No, doesn't matter at all. My campaign has always been focused on my track record and how I can best serve the 18th Congressional District. So it doesn't matter who you put in that other spot. We're focused on running our campaign, staying true to my values, my integrity, and telling folks about the America that we want to see.
What do you think about this crowd?
It's fantastic. I mean, the room was packed. You had folks from all communities here, and there's just an excitement that fills the room. And so I'm so proud to be serving alongside these folks, just to show the grassroots campaign we got going, that people want to see real change in the district.
Lastly, did you expect kind of what you've been there as far as the early results, what they show?
Yeah, I did. I mean, after the early voting numbers, we're up 7 points. That's huge. In a race with 16 people, for us to be up 7 points coming out the gate just means that we have a groundswell of support, and it's only up from there. So I'm on cloud 9 tonight, and I'm going to sleep well, and then tomorrow we get back to work.
Menifee told me he got up at 2 o'clock this morning because he was so nervous about the election, a kind of a optimistic nervousness, and I guess that paid off in the long run. He spent some time mingling with his supporters here before making his way out, but I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more from him in the coming months. For now, I'll send it over to my colleague, Katira Winfrey, who's at the Jolanda Jones watch party. Katira?
Hey, Jason, yes, we are over here at the Jolanda Jones watch party. There are a lot of people who have been coming and going. We've been waiting for those results just like the rest of the candidates, and not too long ago we got to hear from her. She mentioned how she jumped into the race about 5 months after people. She was pushing back with the maps that had been redrawn, so she said she got a late start, but she's really optimistic with how things are going right now, saying this is still early in the day, early in those numbers coming in and those results, but she got a chance to speak to the people that are here. She's still in the building, but this is what she had to say to the folks who came out here tonight to support her.
This has been a long day. This has been a long campaign. First thing I want to do is thank my family. So this is my mother. Miss Harris, she was holding down a pole today. My sister, Lucinda. My son, Giovanni. My daughter-in-law, Sonia. And my grandbaby. So I want to thank my family first because they had to share me and they volunteered, and we're not rich, but we were at the polls. I want to thank the volunteers. You have been incredible. You have been incredible. I mean, what we've done as a campaign has been exciting for me. Now, we started 5 months after everybody because I was elected and am elected as a state representative. I did not quit my job as a state representative to run for Congress.
Right on.
Right? Greg Abbott and Trump had some really bad plans for Texas, and I felt it more important to fight against Abbott and Trump.
Right on.
It would have been politically expedient for me to quit my job as a state rep, but I did not do that, which caused me to be in the race to campaign 5 months after everybody, because I was running from the FBI, the police, and everybody. But I do not regret that, because those maps are racist, and we were able to explain to the world that those maps are bad, and I'm hopeful that in California right now, that they'll get 5 Democrat seats to try to overcome what they did in Texas. But I just gotta tell you, this is gonna be a long night. The only results that have come in are early vote and absentee, if what I've been told is accurate. Incredibly, over 227,000 votes have happened today, which is more than early vote, which is extremely unusual. Extremely unusual, but it gives me hope. I'm only 2,700 votes out of being in a runoff. Like I said before, this campaign has been tremendous. My supporters, thank you so much. To the people that voted for me, thank you so much. Again, to the campaign, thank you so much. And it's just gonna be a long night. And you know, what's funny, I was talking to Senator Miles earlier today. He asked me if I ever ran a relay. I told him, yeah, I ran a relay. He said, well, what leg did you run? I said, I ran anchor. He said, well, did you always get the baton at first? I was like, hell no. I got the baton, not at first, sometimes at last. So I know what you have to do. We have to run from behind. And when you start a race 5 months after everybody else, that's what we're doing. However, I have trust in the people.
There you go.
Right. I have trust in the people. I was at the polls. Today was dizzying. I think I went to 6 or 7 polls today.
Woo!
And I tell you what, I heard nothing but positive words, positive vibes from the people there. And so we're just gonna wait and we're gonna see. Because this ain't over until all the results are in. I don't know how many of the votes of the 227,000 came from Texas 18, but y'all, we're only down by 2,700 votes. That's it. So we're just gonna sit, we're gonna wait, and I'm gonna be here with my family, and I'm gonna spend time with my grandbaby. And she makes me very, very, very happy. I wanna just recognize some people who have been with me to help in this campaign. They've done yeoman's work. They have made something out of very, very, very little. My general consultant, Grant Martin, who actually has been supporting me since 2003 when I was a spring chicken. Since I was a spring chicken. Dallas Jones, my campaign manager. Where's Thelma?
Behind Grant.
Thelma is a person who was adamant that I run for this, and he has been a supporter of mine for a very long time, and I just want to thank you, Thelma. I really appreciate you. I see people here that love me and who I love. I don't want to miss no names, so I don't want to get in trouble. Look, I have to have people hold down my state office when I was running for Congress. So I want to thank my state office. They didn't mix, but I was not in the state office as much as I would have been had I not been running for Congress. But Texas 18 needs a fighter, and I am a fighter for nothing else. And as I said before, I was also talking to somebody else. So you guys who don't know, I was a heptathlete. I won 3 NCAA championships as a heptathlete, and I won 1 United States championship as a heptathlete. Let me just tell you a little bit about the heptathlon. The heptathlon is 7 events over 2 days. The first event, hurdles, high jump, shot put, 200 on day 1. Long jump, javelin, 800 on day 2. It is brutal. And here's what I learned as a heptathlete. You have ebbs and flows. You're really good in some events. You may not be so good in others. So the truth is I was not a good hurdler. It was the first event. So I would always pray through the first event, right? I would be so thankful if I wasn't in last place. But the second event was the high jump, where I used to be the Texas record holder in the high jump and Southwest Conference record holder in the indoor high jump. So by the time I jumped at the second event, I was, if I wasn't in first place, I was close to first place. And that's just sort of how it went. And then what I did, I was a very good long jumper, wasn't that good of a javelin thrower, but I was a really good 800-meter runner. And today reminds me of the 800 meters, right? So we're just gonna sit and we're gonna wait. This race is not over until the last election results come in. We're not that far behind. I think we've done a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of our campaign.
Yeah.
And having grown up really poor, some people have learned about me a little bit. Having grown up really poor, we didn't always have food, and the lights got turned off, and the water got turned off. And my mother, who was a union steward, she used to give those supervisors grief. But what we always knew was stuff, it was gonna work out, right? And we prayed, we had been praying a lot. And if we work hard, we know that we can overcome anything. So we're just going to wait. We're going to be patient. It's my understanding that there are people still voting.
That's right.
There are very long lines. So, you know, on the one hand, I'm super excited that people thought enough to come out and vote in a special election. Because if we looked at the early vote, we were thinking people weren't gonna come out, but evidently people like the drama of coming out on election day. So now we gotta wait and we gotta see, but don't count us out. We're literally not that far behind with a whole bunch of votes to count. So we're gonna be here for the long haul because that is what we do. That is what we do. So thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to the campaign team. Thank you to the people who volunteered to walk. Let me tell you, we had a very untraditional campaign in this day and age, but we made it work. We made it do what it do, right? So stick around, wait, we're gonna have a great time. As I said, my mom and I got up at 5:30 this morning to make sure we were at the polls at 7. My mother will be 80, y'all, okay?
Yeah.
She's got that tremendous people vote for my daughter. So I'm excited. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I love you all. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Joe!
Well, as you heard, there is still a lot of optimism in the air, but they know it's going to be a very, very long night.